But here we go again, yeah. I'm going strong again, yeah. I'm going long again, and I'm going hard. And here we go again, yeah. I'm going strong again, yeah. I'm going with the wind, and I'm going long. Hey, like a Hail Mary full of grace. Cup is full, like my plate. Life is good, life is great. Hey, hey, don't wake me up. I got that dog in my cup, drowning out all of my fuck.
Welcome to another episode of Opinionated Roundtable, episode 8. This is the Halloween edition, so we're getting a little spooky, if you know. So that's a little voice changer we have on here. We have a Rodecaster Pro 2, no free shoutouts, unless you're trying to throw us a bag. But yeah, I'm not gonna wear the headphones the whole time because that shit does look goofy, and that's not me.
We all just need to get headphones.
Yeah.
That's the next.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because it is nice if we're trying to like get more into it, and you can just know like how it does sound.
Yeah,
like, it's super crisp and stuff.
It makes it more immersive, I feel like.
And then we can use our sound
Well,
effects.
it's also like for what we got with Keep It a Buck season 2, we're gonna like need this headphones, you know. So
Interesting.
yeah, so you know, a little audio engineering, got some things behind the scenes, but
you dig.
For sure.
gonna unplug from these, and
Oh, you there went the mainframe.
Plug that bit.
I almost unplugged the thing.
That would have been
Honestly, but no, this is obviously a lot of us went to the state fair. We're doing a little intro. We got some fun topics on the podcast today, so we're gonna jump into it. But I want to start off with the state fair. I will go in depth real quick. Just do the fact that I went to the Oklahoma-Texas game. If you guys
I was ready to get these bars off so quick.
no, I'm not gonna shit on them. If you wanna hear my true thoughts, you can go watch 54 Yards on the Opinionated Sports channel.
Yes, you can.
And you can hear how what's good over there.
was
But
ready to get
you already
these
know what it is.
bars.
Put our
Already.
horns down. We put them down over here, and it was cool, man. It was a good experience. I was able to get to experience it with the Barretts for the first time. Had a Fletcher's corn dog. My verdict on it is a 7 out of 10. I don't think it is the best thing I've ever had in the world.
It is the best corn dog at the state.
But it is the best corn
I will
dog.
say that,
And that was
yeah,
what Kat
I
was saying.
agree.
She was like, what are you gonna expect? Like, it's a corn dog. Like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna expect like the best thing ever. And I was like, for sure. I was like, but the way you were talking about it, I was just expecting like
it's a state fair
gourmet
classic, bro.
corn dog.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
was just expecting like, whoa, like I gotta get like 4
You
of
got
these.
woed or whatever.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I gotta
get
like
it.
go back and get more.
It's
type
more
deal.
so the fact it's just a classic, right? It's
Yeah.
a staple of the Texas State Fair. You get yourself a Fletcher's corn dog, bro.
And that's
So-
what we had for breakfast because we got there early. Had a corn dog for breakfast, wax cup beer, and then obviously College Game Day was there because I was kind of texting y'all when I had service. I was letting you know like College Game Day was there. It was super packed. OU fans on both
Did y'all
sides.
go?
To what?
Like, were you in the crowd for the college?
Yeah,
game
because
day
it was
and all
like
that?
right
Yeah.
in the middle, which Kat and them were annoyed because it was like in the middle of everything. So it was like kind of in a way.
bro.
The
I-
set,
it was,
like
yeah.
the set was built literally right like where you can
Yeah.
see like the Cotton Bowl
Bowl,
view
the-
entrance. It
the
was like
entrance.
right there in the middle. So like everyone had to like walk around and stuff, and you couldn't like really explore that big main like courtyard area.
Yeah.
So that was kind of an inconvenience, but it was cool. I was telling you off camera, seeing Desmond, Lee, all of them in person, like that was pretty dope. And the game was as dope. It was a good experience. I told them like I think y'all should go. It's a once in a lifetime event. Like it was crazy, and something that I really respected was for it being my first time like seeing all these Texas fans. You would think it would be like a little hostile, and it really honestly wasn't. It was pretty chill, and I think a lot of the pageantry and the fans like respect each other. So it was a good experience.
At the end of the day, it's like when whoever wins, it's like, damn, y'all won. What can I do now?
Exactly.
Like, I can't talk shit this whole time, and y'all are just there, boomer. Like, and
No, definitely.
I kind of talked about it yesterday. Whenever y'all had ended shooting 54 yards, like the OU fans were respectable. You know, like they weren't. You know, I was expecting Boomer sooner, and like UT sucks like the whole night. You know, and it was probably.
a couple.
There was a couple right after the game, as it should be. You know, it was a crazy game.
I
and,
mean, it
like,
happened during every big moment in possession
You
too,
know,
right?
yeah.
You would get a turnover. You would hear, obviously the Boomer Sooner chant, Texas sucks. Texas will get a big play. Texas scores. Oh, UT. You know what I'm saying? You would, big
You
moments.
get the Texas fight.
Yeah,
Texas
yeah.
fight.
all that.
OU, so, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you
Like,
hear that,
it's like a
but-
part of the rivalry, and I think it was super cool being able to be at the state fair for one and be there when that game was being played. So, yeah, it was. I was kind of saying, I think I told Zach, I was like, man, like, I feel like since we've gone to this, the fair during like this big weekend and stuff, I feel like going to any other time, it'd probably still be fun, but like how it is. And it's like,
Yeah.
damn, like that's just a different environment, So
Yeah, absolutely.
You
No,
would
I-
honestly have more time to I guess try the more food and
Yeah.
things like that and games rather than it's oh, I'm here just to watch the game get
Yeah.
lit.
But no, I had a great time for sure.
Yeah, I won't lie. I got a Fletcher's corn dog because of Cat, and we literally were walking
Did y'all
around.
go to the actual stand?
No, I think we went to one and just a little pop up that they did.
That's
or
why
whatever.
Kat was saying because she was saying you have to go to the actual stand because we don't. It does taste different according to her.
Whoa, I mean, it said it literally was.
Yeah.
That's all they
It did-
sold
it-
was
yeah.
just Fletcher's.
Yeah.
So it might have.
It was
been,
a Fletcher's corn dog. They sold Fletcher's corn dogs, but it wasn't the OG stand
The
right
OG
by
stand.
Big Tex.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It
It
was
wasn't
a
that
Fletcher's
one.
corn dog.
Yeah, okay.
But I got the jalapeno and cheese one. That shit was $9 or 9 tickets. It was good. Like Cam said, I would give it a 7 out of 10. I wouldn't oh dang, I need to go get 5 of these things or whatever. But I think the original for it being 7 tickets, that would have been oh yeah,
Probably
good,
that.
maybe 8.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is too, I feel like the prices are just set like that because it's state fair. food,
that's
you
State
get-
Fair is
Yeah.
just nuts in general.
And you gotta
They
really
look-
plan
they
so
went
you get
up in prices
You get 40
or ticket
tickets.
prices.
You gotta budget those because some stuff we got the catfish basket was 22.
Dude, yeah,
And it
no,
was
the turkey legs were 20, and they even said we're the cheap spot around here.
Yeah.
There was another spot where they
Damn.
said it was 24.
I bought a daiquiri, bro. It was 14 tickets. It was trash. It was absolutely nut.
yeah,
You
that
just- you
wasn't
just said it was
14
too
tickets.
Honestly,
thick.
we found a little booth that had the beer. We had cans of beer, and we were just getting those for 5 tickets.
Really?
Yes.
Jeez,
Nah,
yeah.
Everywhere
No,
we
well,
paid
at
10.
the-
Yeah,
At the end of the
Freshman
night, we
Nickies.
found one where it was $8 a ticket or 8 tickets, and I was like, "Well, shit, I could go get me another one ideally."
Bro, the fact they do tickets is a fucking scam to me, bro. I don't care what they say. Tickets.
I
Bro,
did
it's
have to-
$1 a ticket. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
But they have to do it like that. It's more so of what it is. The state fair. I'm not gonna lie. If we were going there just debiting and crediting stuff, it's not gonna hit the same.
Well, I mean, I get that,
You
but
know what I
I
mean?
would maybe. I get that. I guess maybe it's just for the fact that it is a fair, right? And that's the.
I just
you pay for
know
things with tickets.
The experience.
Next
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
I'm coming in with the cooler. It's gonna have all waters and shit like that. I'm gonna have that covered.
For sure.
That way, I'm not having to buy waters or anything like that.
Yeah.
You can bring,
You can bring a cooler in
You
there?
could bring a
Oh.
cooler in there.
Yeah,
but you just can't
put
bring
any
alcohol.
Yeah, bro.
So that's the thing.
They actually stopped serving alcohol. So at the game, there was no more alcohol sales
quarter?
after the third quarter or whatever.
Oh.
And
Damn, the
everybody,
third.
OU Texas fans were booing and shit. But I understand, bro, because just that environment, being liquored up. I told CJ, I was like, bro, I had 11 beers because they bought, bro.
All these guys around me were just buying me these
No,
beers.
because the Barrett tradition is if it's your first OU Texas game, no matter what the score, whatever team you support, you get a beer bought for you for free. And then
Dang.
if
I need to go with the
you
Barretts.
win, if your team wins, then the opposing the Texas or Oklahoma fan has to buy at least one person of the other fan a beer within the family. So it's pretty cool. So I got a beer from Kat's dad, her mom, Kat Emily bought me one, and then her other uncle bought me one. So I had 3 in the morning, then I had 2 during the game, then I had 5 right after. So I was
3 in the morning.
and then I had one. We had one at the car, and then one on the way back, and then we went over to her grandparents' house, and they had a
Professional,
margarita
ladies
machine.
and gentlemen.
Bro,
Stop
they had a margarita
Professional.
machine too. I was like, damn. After 75 days hard, I'm back in it. Wasn't even feeling
Hey,
that.
professional.
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 That boy said came off IR, dropping 30 and
But no, it was cool. I
3
think it was
tutties off
Paul
GP.
Pierce out of the.
Yo,
I just think the fact that they
Boy,
made
putting
it
up MVP numbers.
such a tradition. I think that's really what made it super cool to me because now I'm I have to do it yearly because of
Yeah.
everything we did. It was super traditional. They go to the same restaurant every year. Joe T's then they get the same stuff in order winner loser. Then they got their whole family festivities after and margarita machine, Mexican food there. So I don't know. I was just like, damn, like
That's fire.
This is
We're
super
going with
cool,
the Bears
so.
next year.
Yeah.
That's why I respect Kat, bro. She is
Put me on that
she is
list.
a very
Can we get
real,
a
like a
company
very real
outing?
Texas fan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like
And-
she's like a fan.
yeah,
for
bro.
real.
There's she's a genuine fan, and you know you got to respect that, right? Like she knows her team, she knows what she's talking about. Her family obviously celebrates the tradition of football and what it means to them in a very diehard way, which is dope because obviously you see that obviously with the select few group of people, right?
Yeah.
But bro, I told you in the group chat, I was like, bro, I can only imagine. We were here in Austin last year for Alabama versus Texas game day. That to me, that was dope.
No, for
Those
sure,
amount of people
dude.
walking around, the energy, right?
Yeah.
People with the drinks and the camaraderie and everything.
Yeah, it's
it
fire.
was a dope environment to be in. And then we went to Key Bar after.
Yeah.
You know, it was a great environment,
Fun.
great opportunity
Fun.
to watch it in an environment, bro, with people. And that was just here at DKR. I can
Yeah.
only imagine you're at the state fair and they're having quite possibly one of the biggest like college football games of the season.
And it was the biggest OU Texas in like
Yeah, a while.
almost 15
Yeah.
years.
Years, bro.
Yeah.
Years. So
Yeah.
it was just crazy to see that, like that environment. Then you got college game day, and it's a state fair, bro. You're just like,
People gonna just be chirping just to
bro,
chirp.
just to talk. So it was, like I said, it was like walking around with them. We watched the game. There was a picnic courtyard area, and we had found a little spot to post up, bro. And you look around, bro, and it's just like OU Texas,
Everywhere.
OU,
It's
shoulder to
Texas,
shoulder.
OU,
It's
Texas.
fire,
Like,
bro.
yeah.
I took a photo and like as we were walking into the stands, and literally like a sea of people. OU Texas, like there's literally 100,000 people trying to get into this one gate. Bro. It was insane.
Yeah, bro.
It was
That
so
shit's lit.
insane.
And then when y'all left the game too, it was crazy. We had went to go
just
try
a
to
sea of
grab food,
red,
bro. You just see
unfortunately.
everybody like that courtyard area where they had game day at. Just the front of the Cotton Bowl was mobbed. Just and Texas fans, boom, and UT fans. Everybody's boomer, UT boomer. It's like
Yeah.
going on for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're just like,
Well, what we do, so what Drea's family likes to do when they go is they like to see who's banned, because the winner's band gets to come out of the Cotton Bowl first.
Really?
Yeah, and so they play, and whoever wins, they get to go be the first ones. So they like to post up along the side and just wait. And I mean, it was OU this time, but still, it's like part of their traditions to do.
That was something that I thought was super dope. Was just like the band aspect of it, like Texas, like getting into formation. Then they like rolled out the Texas flag across the whole field. They did the same thing with Oklahoma. And like Kat's dad was telling me prior on Friday, he was like, "I'll be the only one in the Texas side when the OU band goes out there." And he was like, that small dude goes out there with the Q-tip, with the white thing on his head.
Yeah.
And he's like, he bends all the way back and walks across the field. He's like, I'll be up there clapping the whole time because he's like, I just think it's super cool. And this is like a diehard Texas fan saying that about like Oklahoma's band. So I'm just like, hearing that from him, I was just like, there's a certain level of just appreciation for both schools and both teams and the history of it. Like that was his 49th Cotton Bowl. Like in a row.
Next year's gonna be 50.
So
that
it's
one's
good-
gonna be. He's gonna go crazy.
And that's the
that
thing.
one.
He's like, I've sat through, a lot of bad games. I sat through some highs for Texas. Like, he's like, that's what comes with it. Like, you don't know what you're gonna get. Like, he's like, there's been plenty of times where we got beat bad by y'all. He's
Yeah.
like, but I sat all the way to the end.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn.
Yeah, that's a
super
true
dope.
that's
fan, bro.
that's a super fan.
And that's again, y'all talked about it enough, but that's a very like even if you don't really know college football like that, right? And you're very beginner level with your understanding of the sport and of the demographics of the teams, of the nuances of it, right? Oklahoma and Texas is just naturally one of the biggest rivalries when it comes to college football. So even like I said, it's dope because like I said, CJ, obviously we talked about it previously, but you're getting more and more into football as time has gone on. Obviously, being around him and Carlos, I know, has probably been insufferable.
Yeah.
But, we talked about it, bro. Like, you're getting into football and everything. You're getting to be more and more in those, like, environments to where, like, last year with UT and Alabama and this year at the state fair in that environment. And I feel like, from your perspective, like, doesn't it make you, I feel, more interested in it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
'Cause
sure.
obviously, me and Cam are big football heads, right?
Yeah.
And Zay, obviously, you pay attention to football as well.
Yeah.
But we've talked more so just about how, especially this year, like, and I've even seen you've been more active
Yeah.
with just your commentary on it and learning the game and everything. So as more of a casual fan, how'd you feel like being at something like that made you feel?
So I think that played a huge part of like wanting to be in that environment and like only like wanting to go to this fair like during that weekend because to me like I love that type of vibe. I like the people being passionate about their team.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's gonna happen, so it's the oh and the oh,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
the emotions and all that. Like that was like the main thing that just being around stuff like, especially for football, you know, it is such a big deal for, you know, like people in the South. Like that's like all they love, you know. Like, oh, we're watching the Cowboys play on Sunday. I don't care what we're doing. Like,
At all.
It's their life. So,
Yeah.
no, yeah, I'm
At
starting to understand it a lot more. And I've always, like, liked football. You know, I just have never been super tapped in with it just because, like, I was just always watching basketball.
Yeah.
But, no, yeah, I've always been, like, wanting to know stuff. It's just like, oh, like, I don't know. It's didn't have a reason to, I guess.
Yeah,
you know,
and-
like, growing up, like, my dad would always just watch basketball. And I would just watch it. I'm like, oh, this is, like, pretty interesting, you know?
You know, and I feel like that's the thing too. Like, obviously, it's a different environment for somebody like Cam. Cam's in the stadium. That boy's a diehard OU fan, obviously, to the end of this earth, right? So I already know you as a casual. You know, you go to the game day experience. You go to the actual game, right? But you experienced the weekend in full, obviously, because of Cat's family and how they celebrated as well. So I feel like just the different experiences, right? Regardless of where you're at, right? Obviously, you had a completely different experience than we did, but the experience still for us in itself was kind of like just crazy, bro. Like I've been to the state
That's
for,
what I'm saying, like-
you know what I'm saying, for the past 4 out of the last 5 years, right?
That was my first time even at that.
And that was my first time going there that weekend. So just
Really?
simply
You had
going
never gone there that weekend
I've never
before?
gone during Red River Rivalry weekend at all.
Because most people tell you like that's not a great time to
It's
go.
not.
If you're
It's-
not for the like going
If you're
to the
not
game.
there for that.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
if you're just going for the state fair and you go to that and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, what the fuck's going on?
You know, it's
Yeah.
just, and I was shopping with my people, and I was telling them, like, I've gone, like I said, I've gone to the fair the last 4 out of the 5 years, except for COVID year. So I go 2019, 1, 2, and 3. I'm telling you, I've been during the week, right? I've been on weekends that haven't been like the state, either the State Fair Classic, which is Prairie View versus Grambling, which is the weekend before OU in Texas. And now this was the first year, and out of all the times I've gone, by far this year when I went with y'all, oh, bro, nuts. Just the amount of people, the game, but you know, even as busy as it was, I enjoyed it. Like I had a great time.
This is one of the best weekends I've had in a long time. It was super fun.
Bro, I'm telling you, it was, and like I said, you know, I'm a Baylor fan, go Bears. But besides the point, I love that environment for y'all because that's, you know, it's just college football at its purest, bro. And then even for those who are casual, you know, like I feel like even seeing some of the people there who maybe even weren't in the UT gear and were kind of just there to enjoy the fair, bro. Like it still was just a good environment to be in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still like just obviously a great game, good vibes all around, and not, like, you know.
You also just
good way
know
to kick
like
off October.
right now that's game of the year. So like
yeah,
as
for
of
sure.
now, so it's like
I definitely.
so.
so it's like knowing that you were just there for that.
Yeah.
It's just like even just like being there, like around it, like you're saying, just you're like, dang, like
Speaking of which, I'm going to give a quick shout out to PCT editor, videographer, Alex Lee. Obviously, we were down there for him. So, you know, again,
also,
happy birthday to the boy. Right?
boy.
Yeah, shout out to Alex. It was his birthday. Didn't get to really celebrate with him just because
He's here cooking in the lab, right? He's tapped in right now.
He's
He's
behind
on
the
the
scenes.
set.
Also,
You know what I'm
shout out
saying?
JG here editing as well. Shout out to the boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dope. Also, we shipped out our merch last week, so that was fun. Hopefully, if you got your shirt, hopefully you like the product. If there's any feedback, please let us know in the comments.
You did.
Absolutely.
Hope you love the notes.
Or DM. Yeah, hope you love the personal notes. My hand still hurts from those.
Yeah, man, y'all were getting in your bag with that. I think that was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Y'all,
Yeah.
everybody took the
That was
time to
real
do
nice.
that, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It means a lot
Yeah.
to what we're trying to do and what y'all have established in building this brand. So I know that was pretty personal for y'all to sit there and write those notes, just knowing how far everybody's coming.
No, for sure.
And what you put into it.
Couldn't have done like this without anyone. Like me, Carlos, Albert, obviously CJ, and then everyone else. Like couldn't have done this without anyone. Like everyone's help's a big part. Everyone is. The cool thing about it is like we all know the sacrifices we make weekly to do this thing. And
Give ourselves a round of applause.
Yeah,
Gentlemen, shall we?
every-
Can we clap it up for ourselves? Can we clap it up?
Oh, there's an applause.
There's a button, right?
There we go. Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, you shouldn't have.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely
Hey,
big.
I see you.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely, that's a big. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
big
but-
moment to celebrate. Big kudos to you, obviously.
Yeah.
For what you brought and what you continue to bring to this. But that's bro. I'm telling you, that's a big moment, right?
yeah, no, for sure. It's
That's a big moment.
it was cool to see like just knowing like you know this place we're about to move out of this place in 2 months, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like knowing that we have done so much here is like very sentimental. Not only to like I mean CJ was coming over here when we were just doing like poker nights and weren't like super consistent.
Yeah,
So seeing
yeah.
like how we've transformed, like what we're doing, us growing up here, like this has been the second phase for I mean, all of us really since we've gotten out of college or, you know, from that age. And it's been like our second like young adult, like, you know, season, right? So like we got some cool stuff cooking up. Obviously, you know, we're going to make these hats here soon for this place. And like, that's going to be super special. And then this is going to be a chapter we close. And then like the next chapter is going to be beautiful. Like being in a studio, like we'll be
really
able to
grinding,
like making it more of like a dream come true, you know, to say. So now it's super cool. It was very thankful for everyone that's purchased and supported something. We're planning on cooking up a lot of stuff. I mean, we got a lot of stuff planned, but obviously this is a Halloween episode. Kind of wanted to talk to y'all about where does Halloween rank for y'all on y'all's holiday list?
It's a good episode, bro. It's a good episode. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna give it 3. It's top 3.
It's
That's
definitely
for
top
sure.
3.
And I'm hot taking it. So Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. I think it's the best holiday. I think just because of the food, the family, the festivities, it's like a real wholesome holiday. It's a good holiday.
I think Halloween has grew on me. I think I really love like scary movies, like suspenseful movies.
Sure.
So I've always liked that aspect.
Yeah.
But I think everything else is kind of like the dressing up and stuff. Like I was like, oh, I'm not, you know, too cool for school. Like I'm not finna dress up. I'm not gonna do all this type of stuff. But I think I've grown to just not only with Halloween, but just with holidays in general. Like I was telling Kat, like Spooktober, I'm trying to watch a spooky or scary movie every night before or at least put it on or something.
You know what I'm saying? Have it
just
go.
Getting in the mood of it, you know, just trying to like really like as we're getting older, just try to like appreciate the seasons. I'm even gonna do the same thing with like Christmas. I'm gonna watch Christmas movies and stuff. So
What have you watched so far?
I've watched I watched Ma for the first time like on Sunday.
The Ma, the newer one with Jason Statham.
Not Ma.
Oh, Ma. The one
movie
with
the black lady.
Oh my God, why am I forgetting her name?
Yeah, I watched that. I've never watched it. And I was like,
Ma.
Ma.
Yes, with
Ma.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
I know
that.
who you're thinking.
What
of.
is her name?
I watched that. I watched.
How was that, Doc?
It's okay. Like it's kind of stupid, but like it kept me like it was good enough to keep me.
Octavia Spencer.
Yeah.
Octavia
Good actor.
Spencer.
It was
Phenomenal actress.
It was good enough for me to like finish the movie.
Put some respect.
Then I also watched 1922, a Stephen King movie. That was kind of good. It was
Really?
interesting. Yeah, it was interesting. It was you know, Stephen King has so many books. It's like when you see a movie, it's like Stephen King. Oh, I'm gonna watch it just because I know it's gonna be at least decent.
At least based off of quality.
So I watched
content.
that. I think we're trying to ease into the slashers. I told Kat, I was like, off real, you know, I'm trying to watch some slashers, and she was like, no, let's like ease into it. Like let's watch like Suspenseful.
That's true.
Ease into it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You want to get closer to.
Nah, you got to jump off the
You
deep
want to?
end.
Oh my God, that dude was chasing that
Like, I
girl.
told her let's watch like Terrifier. She was in that one.
Hey, Terrifier
Like,
is great.
that movie is crazy.
You talking about what? Was that the one with Art the Clown?
Yes.
Y'all are crazy.
Facts.
That's a little too extreme for her off
For sure, yeah.
Y'all are
Is
going
she a,
nuts
like,
right
scary
now.
movie person?
I think she's not like she's not like how, no offense Zach, she's not like I won't watch that. 'Cause,
Yeah, Zach is definitely
But
like
like, 'cause
that.
I think
Not
Carlos
like
wants to go
scary
watch
movies.
The Exorcist, the new
Yeah,
one.
I
Like,
want
y'all trying
to
do
as
a
well.
movie night?
I'd watch it.
Yeah, in the theaters.
Dre
like-
doesn't want to see me or see it with me.
Really? See you.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me it ranks. I think it ranks like 4. I like
What's-
Christmas 1.
Christmas was my
Christmas
2.
1, New Year's, and then I really do.
You like New Year's?
New Year's.
Not
He's
New
doing
Year's. My
4.
bad. My bad.
He's
Not New
doing
Year's.
4.
Oh.
Christmas, Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
and then the 4th of July. I like that. It's in the middle of the year.
Top
like
4.
4th of July is a good holiday.
That is
New
a
Year's
great
is probably
holiday.
the low key one of the most overrated holidays. Besides the fact that it's a year. Just
Yeah.
Just because it like I don't know. Just I have a bad taste in my mouth from it.
It's always
most of
just
the years.
like super expensive if you don't have something planned at your house or if you have something planned in advance.
Yeah.
If you're just like, oh, I want to go out on New Year's for like New Year's Eve and stuff, like you're gonna spend a lot of money to just get into a club, and then you're probably gonna have to spend money just to get.
And
like,
it's
a
just
bottle
always
and
so
shit.
crowded. Like you really like can't move. So unless you like have money and have a section or something, then you're just kind of
there.
It's definitely not the most.
I'm gonna real quick just give a list of the holidays because I forgot how many holidays there were. Aside, obviously, you think of the normal ones: Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween.
You're a
right?
Valentine's Day guy. I already know.
No, absolutely not. Mid. New Year's, to your point. MLK Day.
Come on, kid.
Memorial.
Okay, but like,
Come on, bro. Like,
For real, bro.
All right, bro, you're done. I mean, I like Memorial Day, Juneteenth, Independence Day,
Easter.
Labor Day, Easter,
Easter's-
Columbus Day, Veterans Day,
Easter's-
Thanksgiving Day, and Christmas Day.
Labor
I have
Day
to
is
say
kinda-
that. That's
kinda-
one of the few
kinda
times we're
underrated.
actually closed.
yeah, Easter. Oh man.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not. Take it back. Halloween is 4. I can't put Halloween before Christ's resurrection. Are you crazy? Are you crazy?
I seen what you've been on.
Nah, bro. Not before Jesus is resurrected. Absolutely not. I'm not gonna play about no.
I think Halloween's cool, but it's definitely like a commercial holiday.
It is very much so a commercial holiday. It is very much so a commercial holiday.
like-
But I mean, it's a fun holiday to celebrate too. If you're doing it, you know, everybody can go all out for Halloween. It doesn't matter who you are, what you know what I'm saying. Whatever environment, you can literally hop in a Halloween costume and go crazy.
Bro, I was. What? You were like, everybody can participate in Halloween.
What were you gonna say?
People just like,
What?
Attention, opinionated media listeners. If you want to make a podcast, Spotify's got a platform that lets you make one super easily. And then you can distribute it everywhere and even earn money. All in one place for free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters, and here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit episodes right from your phone or computer. So no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else podcasts are heard or listened to. Video podcasts are also now available. With Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. And best of all, it's totally free with no catch. For us, ever since we discovered Spotify for Podcasters, it's made our life so easy being able to just upload all of our audio, video to the platform and then have it distributed everywhere, and it can get the job done simultaneously for us. We've never had any issues with them. We actually been using them since the OG days of Anchor. So shout out to Spotify for Podcasters. Now on to the rest of the episode. Welcome back from those commercial breaks, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, dig.
But yeah, we were talking about where does Halloween rank on y'all's list.
You go for it, Zay.
Y'all pulled out all those holidays, so I really had to think.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Halloween at 5.
Oh shit, you're about to do your top
Oh,
5.
Halloween at 5 is interesting. Hit me with this, Zay. Come on, what's 4?
And then I'm gonna do Easter because we have Sunday off at work.
Facts.
I'm gonna do 3 Christmas. 2 is gonna be the 4th of July, and 1 is Thanksgiving. I just like to cook, so those top 2 I get to cook at both.
Yeah.
And I get to celebrate with people as well. It's 2 different types of cooking as well. I mean, not really, because I'm gonna smoke a duck this year for Friendsgiving. So
Your cock is so fat, dude.
Oh my God.
appreciate it.
I think Halloween. Damn, bro. All them damn holidays.
Damn ham sandwiches.
I think it'd probably be like 5 for me as well.
I know, man. It's like, it's okay. I get to dress up. That's cool.
Low key, I might like Halloween a little more than Christmas.
I just can't, bro. Christmas movies, but I respect that.
But so like, all right, my thing with Christmas is, all right, just I've been on my finance shit lately.
okay,
so-
talk to me.
But it's just it's one of those holidays where I feel like every holiday is commercialized for one, but Christmas is like you literally giving people presents, Yeah. And it's like if I don't have the money to, like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna get you presents, And I don't expect anybody to get me presents. It's the same way. So Christmas doesn't really mean much to me anymore for that aspect. Like, I have cousins and stuff, but I'm not buying them presents just because I don't have the means to do that without stretching it out and making my financial situation a little worse, So it doesn't hold as much value for me. So I think I'd put it probably exactly which it would probably be. Shit, Halloween might be 4 for me then. And then Christmas would probably be 5. But it would probably be Thanksgiving 1. Easter 2, because like you said, we get that day off. And that Sunday off actually matters.
Shout out
It
to
means
that
so
Lord and
much
Savior.
to us since we don't get them off all the time.
Yeah.
And then 4th of July, Halloween, Christmas.
Okay. I respect that. Okay.
What's next on the agenda?
So that being said,
Yeah, what's next on the agenda? We're gonna move into what are some of y'all's favorite costumes that y'all have specifically worn in your time, and then also Yeah, I would just say that because, I mean, we see crazy stuff all the time online. So what are some of the best costumes y'all have worn?
So I already got one off the top of my head just because I have the picture and I could send it to you.
Okay,
if you wanna
bet, yeah,
put it
throw
on
it
the
up.
screen.
Yeah.
I gotta
whatever,
find
yeah.
it. I can find the picture.
Right here, Cam. But
I'll look at mine.
it was Power Ranger Dino Thunder or not Dino Thunder. The one with the Blue Ranger was a shark.
Oh, Animal or Force or something.
It's the one the Blue Ranger was a shark.
Mystic Force? No, that was the magic. That was the magic.
Wild Force.
Wild Force.
Yeah. So yeah, I was the Blue Ranger,
Hell yeah. Dude.
and it was when I still lived in Vegas, and
Oh, you for sure could look like my brother Max Cooper.
you know
Hey,
what I'm saying,
saying?
Blue Ranger was always my favorite.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
that
Absolutely.
one I was probably like 7, 8, something like that. Second grade. That's always when I always remember. Because I was one of those kids too. I was like, you get to that age, kind of middle school, where you're like, oh, too cool to dress up
Yeah.
and shit. Or at least like I was. So
No,
honestly.
definitely. I
And
get it.
that one for me was like one that's like very memorable. And I was.
That was like probably the last time you dressed up, really.
No, I wouldn't say that because, like, you know, I would dress up in like elementary school, but it was that Blue Ranger and I was a vampire one year, and I just remember that because I had like the fangs. I had the fang. I was like Dracula
Let
type
me suck your blood.
you know what I'm saying? With the like blood on your like face and shit, the fangs. Yeah, had the like little pop collar.
Yeah,
you know.
You dig. Well, one of my first ones that I can remember from like generally, like speaking like how you said, from being younger and all that, I had done a pimp one year and all that. I had like this all like fly suit and like had a hat, a cane and all that. And I was like walking around our cul-de-sac and things like that. And my cousin, she had done like a pimp too or whatever. And, you know, it's just like that one I generally remember a lot. I don't know why.
Yeah.
How old were you think?
I was like 9, 10. But it was just funny because like I have a bunch of photos of. I don't want to talk about that. But I can't. Yeah, I can't.
I mean, we dressed
talk
up
business
last year.
something like that. Yeah.
That boy say he talk business.
But
I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I can't really. I don't know, Halloween, and this is where Halloween, like as a holiday itself, like one of the parts, like I'm sure there's times as a kid, and I remember like there was times we dressed up for parties and whatnot, but I just really can't remember times like I dressed up for Halloween, say for like last year when we went to Jasmine's Halloween party.
yeah.
And aside from that, like I was homeless from Crisscross one year. Like I wore a backwards jersey. I had like the 90s ball cap.
What's his name?
And then like the
feel
pants
like
the
he
pants
knows
were
the
backwards
answer.
too, and I had like some Cortezes on.
Jeez.
Like
Okay.
it worked,
yeah.
but like you know what I mean. So that's one of the. If I'm keeping it a bug, that's one of the more things that I relax. That's one of the more things that
It's actually crazy.
that I like parts of Halloween. I don't really funnily enough, I do. You know what I mean? Like I remember trick or treating as a kid, but I really couldn't tell you or remember the costumes I wore. I would have to go back and find pictures and be like, oh, that's right, I was this for Halloween. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got you.
Well,
Nothing like memorable.
yeah. Nothing like that really, I guess, stood out too much. For me, Halloween was more so like the festivities.
And eating candy, huh?
I mean, for sure the candy, but like also the movies,
TPing
bro.
houses
movies.
and throwing.
You know what I'm saying?
The
Like,
movies, definitely.
yeah, and then also, I don't know if y'all remember this, but like, you guys remember like Red Ribbon Week at school? It always took place during October, and you always got to do like the different stuff for like school during Red Ribbon. You could wear a hat, or it was like Color Day with stuff, and then like the last day was like your Halloween costume you could wear.
Yeah, you're right. Damn.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know
I'm
what
like
you mean.
I'm all used to show
You
up.
just unlocked like a memory for me.
So I
Yeah,
used to
damn.
show up in school in a costume.
That's why October was like always one of the more like fun weeks for me, because you had, you know, you could do stuff at school, and then obviously the movies, the environment. I remember going to like the House of Torment for the first time, doing Six Flags Fright Fest, watching scary movies when they would come out. The environment of Halloween is BS aside, like it's cool. I like it, you know. So
And it's like the start of the like fall, you know.
yeah. And then obviously football's going on right now, so you should come on, you know. What I'm saying?
No, for sure.
It's the fall season, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's always gonna make this season great.
I know growing up, like how you said, what's it called? When you like grew up, you're like, oh, I don't want to dress anymore. I took it the other way. Now it's time for me to get a scary ass mask and start scaring people. And one of my memorable ones is I had the Michael Myers mask and like the full like jumpsuit and everything. And we had the candy ball outside and I was like holding it, but not like holding it or whatever. But they would like come, they're like, oh, like take one. I put a note on whatever, and they'd be like, I'm gonna take more, and be like, what are you doing? And like,
You're one of those guys.
That's dope though. That's dope.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. For me, one year I dressed up as Jigsaw from Saw, and I had one of those red tricycles.
Really?
Wait, did you dress up as the puppet?
Yes,
Like Billy the puppet?
Jigsaw, like the puppet. Yes.
The puppet's name is Billy.
Okay, Billy. Yes.
You
Yes.
you really did like the little red swirl
I had
cheeks
the
and
you could buy the mask. So I bought the mask and I had on like a black like tux or like I had like a vest from like church on, which is crazy, and some slacks.
He said, which was crazy.
And some slacks. And my sister had one of those. What's the bike brand? Red.
Red Rocket?
Yeah, she had one of those tricycles, and I pulled it out, and I just literally rode around with that on the whole deal, and like people were like, "Your costume is just fire." I was like,
When,
I think I was like 10 or 11.
okay.
And
Is that word for word what they were saying? Like,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
they were saying it was
Costume is
crazy.
fire.
Like, oh my god, that's so cool. Like back in the day.
wow, you're so cute.
But
It's kind of scary.
I was definitely like, I
Who
was
was
definitely
letting their
like
10-year-old watch Saw?
And this is how I knew like YouTube was in the cards just for me later in life, because I was on YouTube like early, bro, like 05, 06, like was watching, because back in the day you could watch scary movies on there all the way
Yeah,
through
absolutely, yeah.
for free, bro. So I was
No copyright
so I was
check.
watching like Chucky, like Saw, all that on there, just like all the way through, and I was just like, you know, watching them because it's like your parents are gonna let you watch it, so I would just like sneak watch them, and then like they come upstairs, close out real quick, and then like I already scanned where I was and like watch for 5 minutes, and I would like finish a movie over a course of like 3 or 4 days. But like I told my mom, I was like, hey, like I think we went to Party City, and I saw the mask there.
You're like, I want to do
And
that.
I just grabbed it, and she was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Because my mom wasn't like hip to the scary movies or whatever." And like I was like, "Oh yeah, I think it's just like I'm gonna be a clown, like whatever." And then like I brought it home, and then my dad like
He's like, what
Yo,
the
that
fuck
got
is
you.
my dad was like Saw. Like, he was like, have you even watched that movie? And I was like, hey, listen. I was like, I have. He was like, because he's like, if you
Don't
watch
worry
it,
about
he's like, if you
that,
watch it
all
and
right?
get scared, then you can't dress up as that. And I was like, well, I already watched it.
And you know what? I was scared for a whole week. And you didn't even know.
You know Cam's dad, man. Cam's dad. The first time I ever heard Cam's dad's voice, bro, he has like an actual like Oklahoma accent, right? And it's genuine, it's legit, right? And it's funny because he's talking to Cam one time. We're at the collective, and I hear his voice, and I'm like, "Who is this? Who is Cam talking?" I was like, "Oh wait, this is Cam's dad." So I could just imagine Cam's dad talking to him. He's 10 years old with the Saw mask in his hand. Cam's dad like, "Buddy, do you know what Saw is?" Like,
For
Exactly.
real, bro.
But yeah, I mean, for me, that was some of the memorable
that boy was
costumes.
really Billy the puppet, bro.
And y'all
That's
had
crazy.
some memorable costumes. I like it as y'all went in depth. The clips are gonna go crazy.
I sense it in the chat too.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
If you want to go check it
I
out.
saw it pop up on mine.
I gotta look. I have the photo somewhere.
Okay.
Core memory for me right there.
Oh yeah.
Boy said.
Power up.
Now we're on to our Mount Rushmore Halloween candies. Obviously, if y'all know, then go for it. If not, you can take your
Mount
time.
Rushmore rankings, man. We already know. We have a lot of favorites. Anybody have something off the top of their head they'd like to kick it off with, or
I'm gonna need a little time. Give me a second. You know.
okay? So everybody is obviously debating theirs. You know, unlike you pheasants, I actually did the research beforehand because I wasn't gonna get caught lacking when it came to the subject of this important matter. Ladies and gentlemen, number one on our Mount Rushmore of Halloween candies is going to be Reese's Cups. Right. Number two is going to be Sour Patch Kids. Number three is going to be Double Bubble Gum. Number four is going to be a tie. It's going to be either the Sour Punch Twist or Butterfingers. You heard it here first.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I like that.
Yeah, I think for me, it's gonna be something about those M&Ms in the bag, like the brown, like the small fun size.
yep.
Like,
Wow.
Those
Yeah.
are
Those
Classics.
are fire.
elite. They taste a little different.
They do taste a little different.
That's
a good one.
And then nerds, like a lot of people didn't like nerds, but I just something about like, cause you could just throw them on your mouth, pause, and like they would just. They would
A pack of nerds does go crazy, brother.
And
A pack of nerds does go
Pack of
crazy.
nerds. Also, Sour Patch Kids.
Okay.
Those were super good. And then there was I think there was like the fun size like Snickers as well.
Yes.
Like,
okay.
The
Yes,
small
yes,
ones.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Something about those like
fun
those, and
size.
I love Snickers, so
Yeah.
obviously like that had to make my Mount Rushmore. So y'all are crazy.
Go ahead, Zay. I want to hear what you got.
So for my Mount Rushmore of candy, I'm gonna do 1 for Kit Kat. I'm gonna do 2 for Reese's Pieces, and then 3 is peanut M&Ms in the yellow package. You dig? And then 4 sweet tarts.
Sweet tarts.
Yes, that was the one I was thinking of that. I was thinking of that. That or
Classic.
Smarties.
Classic.
Okay. All right, so number 1 for me is gonna be a Reese's cup as well. Number 2 is a Snicker, you know, the little mini size ones, you know. So. And then
So you're
3
bigger
would
than a
be,
Snicker.
oh come on now. 3 would be a Kit Kat,
A Kit Kat. Okay.
you know. And then 4, this is where I was like, damn, thinking of like candy that I'm like, oh yeah, let's go there because I want that shit. You
Yeah.
know, like they're handing out the good stuff.
Yeah.
Probably peanut M&Ms.
Peanut M&Ms. The M&Ms in the bag, I feel like are different.
Yeah,
They're-
the like fun size
Yeah,
ones.
they're not the same as the as like a regular bag you can buy from the gas station or
yeah.
the grocery store. It's something about those fun size joints that are just a little bit more addictive than it is when it comes to a regular bag. Because I don't eat candy. Halloween obviously is the biggest incentive
Yeah,
to actually
facts.
mess around and eat some candy. But for reference, right, I'm gonna talk about the most popular Halloween candies nationwide, just so we can compare it to what, based off apparently 2007 to 2022 sales data from candystore.com.
Oh, wow.
This is what rates the most popular Halloween candy nationwide. You ready for number 1?
Go for it.
We got Reese's Cups.
Nice.
So, obviously a classic, like I said,
For sure.
Reese's Cups, right? Number 2, shout out to the boys, it's M&M's. Because
okay.
obviously, who doesn't like a good M&M?
Facts.
Number 3, this is what's kind of crazy to me, and I want y'all's take on this. Hot tamales, right?
That's my
Number
mom's
3.
favorite candy. My mom's
Hot
favorite candy.
tamales.
That and Boston baked beans. That's all she.
Really?
Your mother has a very peculiar taste for
Yeah,
candies. I
yeah,
respect it.
yeah.
Because you got to really like those candies to
Yeah.
enjoy them. I feel like
No,
those
for
aren't
sure.
casuals. You know
I was
what
about to
mean?
say I hadn't had them in a long time until
Yeah. Oh yeah.
you know what I
At
mean?
work,
yeah, at work.
One of the like big bosses came by. and
Yeah.
It's tamale season, so she was like, as a joke, like, I got some hot tamales.
And I tried them. I'm like, damn. For one, it gets stuck in my teeth,
Yeah.
and I'm not like the biggest fan of like cinnamon.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
good, but
And I don't like it. Like, I don't like big red gum either. Right.
Nah.
So,
Bro, my mom likes that too. Or she used to when we were growing up. Like I used to have mom have gum, and that was what she would eat.
you know what I mean?
all she
That's,
had.
that's what I'm saying. So it's one of
Yeah.
those things that I feel like surprisingly for that to be ranked top 3
That's nuts.
nationwide candies is nuts.
That is crazy.
That
That,
is
that
pretty-
must be like a.
Is it like a South
That has
thing?
to be like a southern thing.
Look,
That has to be like a southern thing. I would think.
it may, according to the state,
New Mexico.
it's a New Mexico thing
And
Oh, of course.
it's up north.
and a Minnesota thing. Wow.
I'm from Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Okay, so that was 3. Number 4, to my understanding, is Skittles. Number
That's solid.
5, Sour Patch Kids. Number 6, Starburst. Number 7, Hershey's Kisses. Number 8, Candy Corn.
That's insane.
We'll get into that in a
Really?
bit.
Yeah.
We'll get into that in a
I-
bit because
we'll talk- that
that's
can-
a whole
yeah.
conversation
Yeah.
we could have.
We'll talk
that's
about
a whole
that.
conversation we could have. Number 9, Hershey's mini bars, and number 10, Snickers.
Real
Right?
quick, Hershey's. I've never been a fan of Hershey's ever.
Really?
Hershey's Kisses.
Just no, those are good.
Oh, okay, I'm about to
but
say.
but like regular
bar?
Hershey's, like the bar.
Really?
like
Dude, the
they'll-
almond ones?
I like the
go
ones with almonds.
crazy.
To me, there's just
the white
there's
chocolate
better,
too.
There's better chocolate bars before that.
I'm gonna put you on game, and you may have tried it
Crunch.
already.
Crunch.
You may have tried it already with the Hershey's bar, but I'm gonna put you on some game,
And ice
and I
cream.
want your honest opinion. If you've tried it, you've tried it. Get yourself a Hershey's cookie and cream bar, and come back and talk to me.
I do
Yeah,
like
that one's
those.
good.
I do
I've
like
had that.
those.
Yeah.
That is the
The
only
gray-
exception to that
the gray
rule.
packaging?
It's like
No,
the
the
white
white-
and
the
blue
white
packaging.
Yeah.
And it
No.
has like it's mainly white, and it has pieces inside of it of like cookies.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
Bro, I crack.
You know
That shit is
You know what's
good.
crazy? I feel like when we were like younger, we would like look at candy more, like at gas stations.
Super intrusive.
Now when I go to, like, it's random side to it. Now when I go to gas stations, I just don't ever look at that stuff. But now I kind of want to like
Straight to
go
the
look
beer.
at it and just like examine them all. Like,
No
just
cap.
be like,
No,
dang,
it's
like
not.
I'm not a big like sweet.
neither
tooth.
am mine.
Really? I get
nah.
sweets every now and then.
Cowboys-
I like a good cookie every now and then.
I was gonna say the Cowboys loss had me so distraught, bro. At 11:47 at night, I stopped by 7-Eleven to get a strawberry shortcake ice cream.
Really?
Jeez.
I was so hurt, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Dang,
to you.
you
And
were
that's
sitting there eating it.
Yeah.
oh, come, bro, I was smacking that shit.
Is that what you were eating in the
Goated.
corner on Instagram?
Go to no, not in that. No, that was on the way. That was on the way back to the crib. I was sitting there talking about some.
Hey, yeah, well, that is glizzy.
That's your guy, bro. You said Dak was top 10, which we'll talk about another time.
Look, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
So going back to that
You should
list,
dress up as Halloween. As
The
Dak
Rangers are
Prescott.
going
I would've
crazy.
dressed up as a
What? You would be a
clown.
trash can?
look.
You'd be a trash can?
It's a trash can.
So in Texas alone, the top 3 candies, according to this, are Sour Patch Kids at number 1, Reese's Cups at number 2, and Starburst at number 3. To give us a point of reference.
Wow. Yeah,
So,
those are pretty good.
Shout out, obviously, like I said,
That's a good list.
I think we all came with fair counterparts. You guys make sure you leave yours in the comments down below and tell us what your Mount Rushmore of Halloween candies are.
Drop it just a
But
little chocolate bar emoji.
you mentioned something earlier about candy corn, and funny enough, we have worst Halloween candy compared to our Mount Rushmore count.
Yeah.
Bro, what's your worst Halloween candy, fam?
Bro, you know what I cannot stand? I go to the grocery store.
Really grinds
you know
my
it's-
gears.
You know it's Halloween time. You know it's Easter time. Even Christmas time. You see them damn marshmallow chickens lined up called Peeps. Now, okay, we all like marshmallows. We like s'mores. Yada yada yada.
do it
but
bad, though.
people that like Peeps,
All right, honestly,
bro,
yeah, terrible.
what is wrong with you, bro? I remember the first time I remember the first time I seen them in the bag before, like, when you're
Peeps
trick or
are
treating.
crazy.
You're like,
Fuck, man.
you're doing trick or
Peeps
treating,
are
and you take like, a pillowcase, and you're like, that's what you're using for your bag or whatever, and you're just getting candy. You're not even thinking. You're a kid. You sort out your candy. Your parents go through it, make sure nothing,
No razors or
nothing
nothing.
razor,
Yeah.
crazy,
No freaking edibles or
whatever.
anything.
You
God,
go through the
that's
candy with
for
your
me.
parents, and then it's like you see
Yeah.
the Peeps, bro. Them Peeps are gonna show up on your shelf around January 20th of the following year, and you're like, damn, these are still up there.
And they're still good. Yeah, they're still good.
So no, Peeps are an absolutely an L for me. Worst Halloween candy if I see that. And if you are even buying that, like they're obviously staying in business somehow. So
Someone's buying.
So yeah, but yeah, Peeps definitely for me.
I'm gonna do mine because it's always the first to go. And whenever I was little, it was the Tootsie Roll. First to go.
I was
always
gonna say that.
Yeah.
Those two, those
I'm
are like
sorry.
And you know what's
super
crazy?
hard to eat.
What's crazy is Tootsie Rolls be doing terrible numbers during Halloween, but be going crazy. Them supposed to be going triple platinum at the church, dog. I'm gonna tell you,
Real, bro.
I'm gonna tell you what,
All
bro.
the grandmas have them on
I'm
them,
gonna tell you
bro.
what, bro. I'm gonna tell you what, bro. Growing up, my church I went to with my nanny, bro. I'm talking about they was gonna have the variety pack of Tootsie Roll flavors, bro.
I can tell you the last time I had a Tootsie Roll, bro. I'm trying to think the last time I had a Tootsie Roll. You know how long it took to
It was
eat
in
that
church,
shit?
wasn't it?
Bro, that you be chewing on.
Bro, all fucking
All
Dude,
day.
yeah, bro.
Oh my
That's why they're the
gosh.
first to go.
Bro, them boys be going triple platinum in the church, bro. They be handing them boys
They
out
said
like,
triple
hey, how you
platinum.
doing? I mean,
Take a
but,
Tootsie Roll with you.
but the thing is, like, I don't know if you've tried like Tootsie Roll flavors aside, and that's how I learned that other Tootsie Roll flavors were good. I don't know if you've had like an orange or a lime Tootsie Roll. The fruit flavored ones are pretty decent.
I've seen those. They're
The
pretty
chocolate ones, though, for sure. Like, and what pisses me off with Tootsie Rolls is how they give them in those bars. It's bad enough if you get the little circular piece, but if they give you a bar of a Tootsie Roll, yo, I was like, you could have spent. Again, I'm grateful. You could have spent your money on everything else, but you decided to buy bar Tootsie Rolls to give out to the community.
Yeah,
It's foul.
Oh my
it should be
God.
illegal.
Oh, Zed, you just unlocked a core memory, bro. I'm really crying real
Hey, man.
tears.
That's what I'm here for.
Oh my God.
What about you, dumb choke crew?
Hey man, look. So it's actually tied at top 2, and I had to kind of dive deep to remember, like, and go back into my childhood, right?
For
to
sure.
Remember what I got, and it honestly came down to 2 once I started looking around. Do you guys remember the wax Coke bottles, like the little soda bottles?
Yeah.
I do actually.
So those, I remember getting those one off specifically. Like it'd be like a pack of them, and I remember biting into my first one as a kid, and there was like hardly any flavor. it just tasted kind of again waxy and kind of like it wasn't a gummy. It was just terrible.
Yeah.
And I never, bro. Anytime I ever got them, I'm talking about. I would rather eat a Tootsie Roll compared to that wax Coke bottle. It was disgusting. The other one that was just as bad in my opinion. Do you guys remember Circus Peanuts? They were the orange peanut shaped marshmallows. If y'all guys want to
I do.
It's this bad boy right here.
Bro, isn't it? I feel like that's along the same line as Peeps.
It is because it's a marshmallow candy.
Yeah, that's like some crazy shit.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, why would you?
That was before Peeps.
Why would you dare make something? And you could put that on the screen for everybody to see. But why would you dare make something that atrocious and decide to put that in my Halloween bag? I got some Reese's that are ready.
Bro,
for
people
the
must be
taking.
getting this shit on
I got
sale.
some Sour Patch Kids.
It's the last of the stuff on the
They must be getting
shelf.
their groceries at the time because we were kids, right?
like
And
Dollar
Kmart
Tree.
was still open. They must have
Yeah.
been buying their stuff in like the dollar section of Kmart last minute when there was no other candies on Halloween.
No, they probably hit up a Dollar General.
You know what I'm saying? Do you remember? You go to
Dollar
Walmart
General,
and they have like those big old circular things of all the candy right after Halloween's end.
Yeah.
They probably went in there and got those and just saved them for next year, trying to make amends on.
Y'all are killing it. I love, bro. I
Bro,
like this.
it's disgusting because it doesn't make no sense. I'll get off my pedestal. But CJ, bro, you tell me what is the worst Halloween candy for you, bro?
So I had to like
What's
dig a
on the
little
bottom of the totem pole? For
Yeah,
CJ?
I had to dig a little deep as well because mine probably would have been Tootsie Rolls too.
Yeah.
That's the first one to go, man.
Yeah, but there was one that I saw and it kind of unlocked another memory for me. They're called Dots.
Yes.
yes.
Oh my
Trash.
I don't even gotta say nothing because
Trash. Go ahead.
it's one of those things where like it's
Second one
candy.
out of the
yeah,
group.
it's a candy and I'm gonna try it.
It's like the last one.
and
there.
it's like damn, like every time I try it,
That's what they
these
put
are
on cakes.
ass.
God, bro,
One-
dots are crazy.
That's what they
one
put
that
on like
I
cakes
think,
and shit.
yeah, one that I think it looked good, but it wasn't. Was the SpongeBob hamburgers?
The Krabby Patty.
SpongeBob Krabby Patties. You knew it was
Krabby
like,
Patties.
damn, this shit's about to be crazy,
Fire.
bro.
Hey, bro, no
And
cap.
then like you bite it and you're like,
Hey, no cap. It's funny you say that. I was on a
Oh my god.
I was on a trip with my nephew the other weekend and my mom. And me and my nephew, he's 3. We were in the gas station. We were at the 7-Eleven. He saw one of those.
They sell
And,
those like that,
bro. And literally in
What
the
the
pack
fuck?
at the gas station, and he was like, Saya, I want that. I was like, bro, no, you don't want anything to do
promise
with that,
you
bro.
don't.
You
Like,
don't want
it's
to ruin
not
your child. Like,
good.
yeah, bro. Like, if you get a Halloween if you get it when you go trick or treating, and try it, but
I'm not gonna
Don't
waste my
buy
money on
it.
that.
Yeah.
you know what
I'm
I
looking
mean?
out for you.
All right.
What is next on the agenda? Oh, welcome
Halloween
back from
movies.
those commercial breaks.
Yeah.
And now what's next on the agenda?
Yeah. So we just talked about our worst Halloween candies. Now we're gonna go into Halloween movies tier talk. So I know y'all probably gonna take a while on this one.
No, I'm saying if you guys are familiar with the tier talk, obviously we're gonna all personally list our own movies around the Halloween time that we feel fit within our personal regimes. This is an interesting one. Cam, what do you classify, bro, as a Halloween movie? Can we talk scary movies? Does it have to be? I know obviously movies around the time period of Halloween count, but just to be a little bit more specific, what are we counting as Halloween movies?
Yeah, so I actually have it kind of broken down to a T. So I have Halloween movies tier talk, which will be your personal list, essentially. Obviously, there's so many movies, so I'm sure we're just kind of gonna go say what we think. But obviously, you have that. Then I kind of want to go in depth about like, do we prefer slashers over supernatural movies? Do we prefer horrors over suspenseful movies? So kind of just going into the weeds a little bit more after we like break down our tier talk. But
Is it like a specific?
Nah, it can be anything.
It's like it could be the series.
yeah,
or-
it can be anything. Series, specific movie. It can be something like Halloween Town. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
you can anything.
wow.
Like anything that relates to the season. It doesn't have to be
That-
because I mean, Nightmare Before Christmas is about Christmas, but like to me, that's also a Halloween movie.
yeah.
It's funny you say that.
I consider that a Halloween movie.
Yeah.
And I consider it both, but it's my favorite. It's one of my favorite movies of all time in general. But for sure, Halloween as well. I would count that.
Coraline. Like
Yeah.
people don't think about stuff like that.
one's a
Those
good
are
one.
movies.
That's a
as
good
well.
one.
That is
Yeah.
a good one.
Halloween movies. I guess obviously it's honorable mention 3, 2, 1. If anyone's ready, y'all can go. I kind of gotta work on my list real quick.
I'll go ahead and start it off. Honorable mention to this movie. It's the first horror movie in my life that actually ever made me scared. I actually like have a core memory with it. I saw it when I was in Syracuse, New York at the time. I was with my uncle and my dad, and we had watched this movie in the hotel room. We were staying out there for the summer. Like I said, we were in Syracuse, New York, bro. And I watched this movie. It absolutely, like I'm talking about, this thing made me like tense up at night. You know what I'm saying? My little 12-year-old body was not having it. This made me like scared, bro. I have never felt emotions like that up to that point in my life from watching a piece of media until I watched that movie. I don't know why, but also I get it because I don't like the subject matter it's about. Anyways, honorable mention goes to Dead Silence.
That movie is very scary. It's like weird.
I don't like ventriloquist puppets in general, so seeing a movie about that, stupid in retrospect, but it's just funny because that movie really made me like crap my pants as a teenager, bro, or as a preteen, bro. Like I wasn't ready for that. Number 3, shout out to Trick or Treat, the Halloween movie that has a little boy with a jack-o'-lantern on his the covered up bag jack-o'-lantern.
It's like multiple stories.
Yeah,
as well.
and they all come to basically be the same one at the end. Great movie. I love what it does as a scary movie. I love what it does for the spirit of Halloween. Obviously, it's a horror movie. You could consider the little kid a slasher too, in my opinion, because he definitely was out there making things shake with that lollipop he had. So that, which is crazy because that boy was literally using a pumpkin lollipop that was carved into a knife to go nuts. But that's gonna be my number 3. Number 2 is It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, because who doesn't love a classic movie about Halloween and about Charlie Brown? Obviously, one of the things from the childhood, very sentimental, very close to home. We used to watch it every year for Halloween. And then number 1, Cam, you mentioned it already. I think it's honestly one of my top 3 movies of all time. And it's just something that hits home. Number 1 is The Nightmare Before Christmas for me, bro. I have a Jack Skellington Pop Funko at the crib. It's one of my favorite protagonists of all time. That movie is just goated in every aspect, in every manner. So definitely got to give it, that'd be my 3 and my honorable mention.
Okay.
Touche. Y'all ready?
Are you ready?
You ready?
I'm ready. Whoever wants to go, though. I can go if you want.
Zay, you look like you're locked and loaded. You got something?
I am. I do
Okay.
have an honorable
Hit us
mention.
with it, man. What you
Okay.
got?
So, did you do your honorable mention first?
Yes, yes,
Okay. Well, I am going to do specifically H2O,
Oh.
Michael Myers, because we owned that one on VHS when I was little. So
That's
that
a
one's my
great
honorable
choice.
mention.
That's a great choice.
You know what scene in that movie did scare me though?
What?
When like they're like in the rest stop and like he comes in and like starts to shake like
Yes.
yeah. Them shit's always got
That
me
is
when
a
I was
crazy
little
scene,
kid, bro.
That is a great pick.
Yeah,
okay.
that's good.
Number 3 is going to be Scary Godmother Halloween Spooktacular.
The animated one. Oh, you just unlocked a core memory.
Scary. Which one's
Bro, it used to come on Cartoon Network every year.
Cartoon Network one.
Scary Godmother
it had
Halloween
that,
Spooktacular.
the kid that dressed up as devil, the wolf, the like scary godmother, or like the godmother was
the little
okay.
girl.
Yes.
yes.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Okay.
What a time to be alive. Zay with a hell of a third pick. I'm interested to see you next too, bro.
Number 2 is Paranormal Activity because that one really scared the hell out of me.
Found footage films would do it.
And I think it was just the way it was like shot. It was different. No one had really done, except for like Blair Witch.
I was gonna say shout out to the Blair Witch
Yeah.
because that was one of the like OG ones.
Yeah,
but Paranormal
that's-
Activity, bro, was.
But like one of the like, oh shit, like
Yeah,
they're catching this stuff on camera and they don't know it. But
Yeah.
when they look back at it, they see it and they're like, nah, that ain't real.
Which is crazy because it builds like a suspense film, but that shit is straight ghost. Straight ghosties. Straight
And then
ghosties.
I'm gonna hit it back with another Michael Myers, but I'm gonna do the OG first one.
Wow.
And I say that because one of my favorite kills is in that one is when he sticks the boyfriend to the wall
With the knife?
with just the
Yeah.
knife and he just hangs
off.
there.
Shout out, shout out, shout out.
Yes.
That's-
And then just because like growing up, my uncle had the mask. And so anytime we would go over and see my dad, he would like scare us with it. And like that's what they forced us to watch growing up was Michael Myers.
He's
So-
like the legend.
He's
the
a goat.
Literally,
Yeah, absolutely.
literally Halloween.
Oh, you can't
Like,
see it, but
literally
when they go to the big
name
screen,
of the holiday.
Yeah.
yeah, right up there.
Michael
But-
Myers for sure is a Halloween staple. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Obviously one of the most popular characters, villains, Halloween. They're just, he's Michael Myers, bro. You know Michael Myers. You just do.
They just put him in Fortnite.
Literally.
Really?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
His emote is him playing the piano of like his like theme song, and then when he does like the big dun dun or whatever, it's him stabbing it with a knife.
So again,
Look it up.
That's a great list, Zay. That is a phenomenal list.
Thank you.
Okay, for me, honorable mention, I am going to go with The Conjuring.
The Conjuring.
Good series.
The series is super good, and it just unlocked all. It just kind of was dope how they had all these different horror elements of true horror elements, like Annabelle, the whole people that did the
Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Yeah, they did the investigations. This ties all the way with Amityville horror, like like they all tie together. But The Conjuring was like, wow, stuff like that is like real, like like haunted people, haunted houses. Demonic presences, like that stuff's real, and it just felt like very real. And the way it's orchestrated, like that movie is just really like, especially when like the cross is turned upside down, like that movie like just gets to you, especially if you're like pretty faith driven. So I was like, damn, like that's pretty scary. Number 3, I'm gonna do Hereditary. That was probably the last movie to like actually like freak me out. Like I've watched a lot of horror movies and stuff, and a lot of them like obviously. The way with cinematography is, and like as you're into the movie and you're getting immersed, obviously they're going to be able to get you with a pop scene or crazy transition or the score of the music or whatever. But that's only because you're watching it, though. It's not really like scaring you, though. It's just more so just like they know how to get you like, off balance, to say. But Hereditary, that movie was just so weird and trippy and just like mind fucked me. Like it was just pretty freaky, honestly.
I haven't seen that one.
So shout out to
bro, definitely watch it. It's like
I've seen it. It's pretty good. It's like a psychological shit. Like what the fuck?
The same dude who did Hereditary did I don't know if you've seen Midsommar.
No.
I forget the gentleman's name. Midsommar is another phenomenal. If you want to see a horror film that's really like takes some good plot, good progression, great dialogue, like. Phenomenal horror movie. Midsommar is a great horror movie. But, obviously Hereditary made by the same guy. You want to unlock a core memory with Hereditary, Cam. Alex Wolff from the Naked Brothers band was one of the main stars in that movie. He was the son. So I remember seeing that because when Cam said that, I was like, damn, bro, I remember seeing him in that movie. And I was like, I know you from somewhere.
Naked
Brothers band on Nickelodeon. Crazy. Cam, that was number 3 for you?
Yeah. Hereditary is very good. It's just more of like, man, it just you have to watch it, bro. It's just and tell me what you think. Like it's one of those like
I'll put it on my list.
You're just like, what the fuck? Like
you wouldn't.
Or maybe we should all watch it.
I'm definitely down for that.
You know what I'm
too.
saying?
It's pretty good.
Cam, what's your 2 and your 1, bro? I'm kind of excited. That's a great movie too.
My 2 and my 1. I think this one's just more 2. I think is going to be Halloween, but the Rob Zombie one, the very first one. The second one wasn't that good. It's kind of dumb, but the first one I just liked it because it was a first Halloween that went really in depth about Michael's origin. It wasn't just like how the first one was, where it just showed him like through the eyes of him. The first one, or the first Rob Zombie one, shows like him as a kid growing up in an abusive household, like his mom's boyfriend, like talking shit to him or whatever. He's going to school getting bullied. Like he's killing rats and shit. And
it gave you more character.
And then like they showed him like obviously. He like killed the kid in the forest
with the brand, bro.
You're just
it's
like,
funny.
What the fuck?
It's
like,
funny you say that, Cam.
Yeah.
I was 12 years old and I had went with my mom at the time to watch that movie, bro. I made it to that scene where he's beating the kid with the branch at Tinseltown. That was called at the time RIP. Bro, as soon as I seen him kill that kid with that branch, bro, I swear on everything I love, I walked out of that theater and went to the arcade for the rest of my movie. And let my mom finish that joint alone. Bro, that's one of the only horror movies that scare me aside from Death Zone. Yeah. And it's funny because as soon as you said that too, I was like, that movie.
Have you finished it since?
Yeah. But that just, bro, I was like 12 or 13 that joint. We were young, bro. So he's just sitting there, he takes that branch, he's like, that little mask. I was like,
bro, and then just even like, it was just so brutal, like, him killing the dad with the baseball bat.
That was
like,
sick.
Brutal.
Coming back and seeing that, I was like, bro,
brutal.
Yeah.
And then obviously he goes to, solitary confinement, and then he's like, you see like why he wears the mask, like making paper mache masks. So I just thought it was a super like a comprehensive story. You obviously have the gore because Rob Zombie's crazy. So you have the gore with Rob Zombie, a super gory movie.
Shout out House of a Thousand Corpses too. I don't know if y'all seen that. That's another
that.
classic by Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
Another amazing movie. But to your point, yeah, bro,
Yeah, so that's my number 2. And my number 1, this one just really, really hits home for me. I think it was, because it was the first, like, when I was talking about YouTube earlier in this episode, it was like the first thing I kind of dabbled in that like scared me, and I was watching it without my parents knowing. And it's the original Child Play series, but specifically Child's Play 2. Because obviously the first one, it was like, 80s style movie. It wasn't as scary, but Child's Play 2, a little bit more modern. Chucky's a little bit more like aggressive, like was reborn and stuff like that. So just like a doll walking around, like killing people. And then like, I don't know, like Chucky used to make me, I used to think he would like be there and I would like sleep. Like I'd pull the covers over my head and stuff because I was watching it. But Chucky like just hits home because of just how much it scared me. And I was watching like Chucky when I was like 6 or 7, and like Andy's obviously like that age too.
Yeah.
So
Used to
definitely Chucky, Child's Play too.
used to freak me out seeing them damn Chucky dolls at Highland Park Mall. Them boys were hanging from the ceiling at a Hot Topic, bro.
Yes.
That's how I know you on to something, Cam, bro.
Is that the one with the death with the voodoo doll?
Yes.
Is
Yes,
that one?
yes.
Where,
He transfers
that
his
one is
soul.
great.
Yeah, and he, like,
or when
he
he beats
changes
the
his-
teacher with the
with the ruler.
With the ruler. Oh,
Yeah.
I never looked at rulers the same because of that.
Which is crazy because to this day, so like after they brought back canonically that Chucky, and his most recent up to date media is he has a TV show on
I've
Sci-Fi,
seen that. Yeah.
and that is actually canon to the entire story of Chucky, going all the way back to the first Child's Play.
Yeah.
So
It looks good.
Yeah, like it is a great series.
Yeah.
I watched a kill count on it, and then
What's
I
it
actually
on,
started watching
Sci-Fi?
Sci-Fi. And then I started to watch it, and I was like, bro, this is actually kind of like great plot, great development, bro. Chucky,
I bet
is
it looks good,
bro.
too,
Chucky
now.
is more of a menace in that show than he is in any of the original Child's Play works. Like,
I went and saw that reboot one they did a couple years ago.
Oh,
I took my little brother where they changed his whole face, didn't even look the same.
he was called Buddy.
Yes, Buddy or something.
Yeah.
Trash.
They had that one where it was
Yeah.
like they you know how scary movies are, like they just milk the character. Like they make
Yes.
way too many. But Child's Play is iconic because it's not called Chucky, it's like Child's Play. It's like the name, like
Iconic.
fantastic series.
Yes.
Yeah, so those are my tier
We
list.
have one more gentleman who has still yet to give us CJ. Obviously, everybody's been coming with some heat.
Yeah.
It's hard to. I thought I had something. Obviously, Zay and Cam felt otherwise with their selections.
For sure.
Who do you got, man? What's the tier talk for the movies for you when it comes to Halloween?
All right, so my honorable mention, I don't know if y'all have heard of this. It's called The Tooth Fairy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was one of those
Very
movies
scared
when
to
you're
lose a
younger.
tooth.
Yeah. I was like, because I think it's she can't attack you.
You in the
when you're
light.
in the
If you're in the light, yes.
So, and I was scared of the dark. So I was like one of those kids.
Hitting like a 4.2 speed
Bro,
from like,
I would like
from
jump
the light
over,
to your bed.
Yeah, I would like jump over like the light to get to my bed and shit, bro. I had like a night light and shit. So yeah, I think that one was just more of like my fear when I was younger. But I honestly haven't even watched it to this day.
Yes, same. So I would love. That's one of the ones like being young that like I need to rewatch that. Now that I'm
Yeah.
older, just to see if I was scared.
Yeah, I mean, more than likely, yeah, because I was kind of like that with all slasher or any movies and stuff
too.
like that. And then I started watching them again. I'm like, oh, these aren't scary. I'm just a little kid, you know?
Yeah,
But,
they're like dumb.
Yeah, it's like kind of stupid. But number 3 for me, I think this is gonna do a little switcheroo on y'all.
Okay.
Because this is kind of in the different ballpark. But this is The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. The Ghost of Sweet 613. You remember that?
Yes, that
Remember that?
really
yes.
rocking the boat here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a
I like
crazy
that.
piece
Y'all,
of
y'all remember that one?
Yes.
When they like are, it's like a haunted room, and
y-
then they go to the painting, and like they're like, wow, it looks like she's looking at me, and then like she like moves. Her head.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit was scary.
Yeah,
low-key.
that was.
It
that-
was a little freaky.
that
Because like
was.
we were little kids too at the time.
Yeah,
too,
that's
so,
a crazy piece of media to look at.
You know what I mean?
Okay, that's wow. They said the sweet life. Okay, that boy went deep. Okay,
Number 2, it's actually a fairly recent one. Halloween Kills, bro. Like that movie for me was ridiculous because Michael was on that time.
Yeah.
For anyone that doesn't know, that was the second one. I mean,
Of the most recent.
of the most
reboot.
recent
series.
trilogy.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, if you haven't seen it, sorry, but it's when the house should have burned down.
Yes.
But everyone
He
goes
walks
back
out.
to the house and he's
let him
alive.
out,
It's
yeah.
a fight.
He's
No, the
just-
firefighters
Fire-
save him.
Yeah.
And then like,
Going off rip.
bro, he was on
walking
that
through that
time,
water
bro.
pressure like it was nothing.
And then he went
Like,
to
bro,
like
that's just a
that
tiny-ass
couple that was
hose.
like right, bro.
Yeah.
He was on demon time. So like
He kicked that door and that girl shot herself with the gun.
oh
Yeah, bro.
shit, yeah.
Jeez.
He was just like on a different time, bro.
After this,
I think
have
that
a question for y'all.
for sure. I think that was like the most like brutal, like he's
For sure.
been in a while, probably since like the Rob Zombie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
And then number one for me, this one's just kind of more of like a sentimental thing. Halloween Town, bro. Like that's
Halloween Town.
Whenever
Halloween
whenever
Town.
he said that, I actually really enjoyed that movie. Bro.
That was a phenomenal movie, bro.
Yeah.
Disney Channel classic, doing
Classic.
numbers. It's funny you say that too, because I was gonna give a shout out to Bewitched with the Maori sisters. I don't know if y'all remember Bewitched on Disney Channel.
do.
Phenomenal
Yeah.
movie, obviously.
Hell yes, yes.
With the Maori sisters, Tia and Samara. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
That was
Obviously,
another
if you
good
watch Sister Sister, you know what I'm saying. You had
Yeah,
to.
you knew.
You know what I'm saying. So shout out to the classics. Crazy.
I had another one too. Obviously, it would be like an honorable mention as well, but I wanted to put the Tooth Fairy because that was like scared me.
Yeah.
But an honorable mention for me, another one, Phantom of the Megaplex. Do you remember that?
Why does that
It's
sound
the one where
familiar?
they're in a movie theater and it's like the Phantom of the Opera type shit, but in a movie theater. But for some reason, that shit scared me when I was a little kid. I don't know.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, bro, that's great.
I was a Disney
That
kid.
was a Disney kid
Yeah.
movie. Wow.
Yeah, it was scary. I think it was
bro.
just because he was wearing a mask and shit. And you
The
didn't know.
I'm telling you, bro, it was a mask as a kid that did it for me. I don't know what it was, but the Phantom of the Meta. Wow, that's crazy. That is because that's a 2000 movie. So that's early Disney too, for
Early,
us.
bro. Yeah.
That's like growing up.
Yeah,
Bro.
like-
Shout out Disney Channel original movies. They don't
Hey,
do it
they
like
were-
they used to.
They definitely don't.
They don't at all.
Alex, you said we're good.
I think it's like 8 minutes.
Good.
Yeah, we can just keep going.
Zay,
I have one.
Yeah, Zay's
quick
gonna ask a question.
then
real quick.
for y'all,
Okay.
real quick,
Talk
and it
to
could
us.
be super quick. What are y'all's most dumbest way someone has died in a scary movie? Like for example, when Michael just kicked the door and
Yeah.
that girl had the gun hit her and go off.
Yeah, that shit was.
It was like,
pretty
what?
stupid.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Dude, honestly, nothing really sticks out like off top.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much dumb shit in scary movies that you see. You're like, that was stupid.
That
But,
was.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I really, it's hard
Like-
for me to- I don't know. Nothing like comes off the top of my head.
Like so in one of the reboot Chucky ones, this dude gets ran over by a lawnmower.
I take that back. Scary's what was it? Scary Tales in the Hood. Scary Tales in the Hood.
Wait, what?
You talking about the Leprechaun one?
No.
Leprechaun movie, yeah. All those deaths are pretty goofy, yeah.
Lumberjack Man. Have you seen that movie?
I think so.
My dad made me watch it, bro. My dad's one of those people that's like, if I find a bad movie and if you're around, you have to watch it with me type shit. And like, bro, it was so
never
stupid.
seen that
Like,
one.
like he got strong by killing people, but like the way they killed him is by pouring
yes.
maple syrup on him, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Because he would kill people and take their blood and put it on like pancakes and eat them and shit. And then like,
What?
Are you serious?
yes, bro. And then like they killed this man because they poured maple syrup on him at the end.
Oh my god.
I was
Or
like, fam, what am
I guess
watching?
if you're making fun of like the villains dying, the It clown, he gets killed by being bullied.
True.
Okay, so the movie was called Tales from the Hood, right? It's a classic. If you haven't seen it, it's a throwback movie. Came out in '95, right? They have 3 of them.
Yeah.
The first one is the best one out of all of them, and it's basically like an overarching story with stories that are being told throughout the movie, right? So you follow a group of characters, and they're at a funeral home talking to the funeral director, and he's showing them bodies, and with the bodies each come a story behind how that person died. So one of the bodies he goes in to tell about how it's a guy who was wrongfully killed by cops, comes back to haunt the cops and end up killing the cops that killed him. Well, one of the deaths is he literally makes the guy a mural on a brick wall. He shoots him with needles and then transforms his body because he's supernatural, he's a spirit, to be a mural on the wall. I'm gonna look this up to show you. But I remember watching this for the first time. I think I probably saw it. I was 12 or 13. Bro, I'm talking about just how stupid it was. It was like, bro, you know, the folks were smacked for this, making this movie. Like, and the crazy thing is, like, the writing aside from that was nuts. But this, I mean, they had some stupid kills in this movie in general in the stories. Like, if I'm telling you, bro, you watch it, you're like, okay, bro, this is a waste of time. Where is this at? Oh, right here.
And we'll show it right after this commercial break.
Right after these commercial breaks. Look at this shit, bro. Shout out to Kill Count.
Because he appears behind Newton in an alley and lifts him up until he's airplaned. Newton rips off some of Warehouse's chest, exposing a little chem lab inside his torso. Cool. Then the zombie council member uses some supernatural forces to send a bevy of hypodermic needles into Newton's body. They pin him against the wall where the mural to Morehouse is. After one final needle is sent straight to the back of his mouth, Newton is killed in a spectacular way, kind of melting against the wall and then being turned into graffiti.
Who knew needles would do all that?
To treat each other better.
What the?
Zombie Morehouse isn't quite done.
Shout out to Kill Count.
Shout out Kill
I
Count.
remember hanging out with CJ all the time and falling asleep in his apartment and it's still being on in the middle of the night. And I'd be like, dude, you need to go upstairs. I'm turning this off.
Welcome back from those commercial breaks, ladies and gentlemen.
You dig.
Remember to drink Liquid IV and use Spotify for podcasters. Thanks.
Shout out Anchor.
So, real quick, before we end this podcast off with our with our slasher draft.
Celebrity. Wow.
I guess they're celebrities.
With our slasher draft, we wanted to hear you guys' preferences on do you guys like slasher movies better or supernatural movies better when it comes to watching a scary movie? And why?
I think I like slashers because you know kind of what you're gonna get out of it.
Okay.
You know it's gonna be there's probably gonna be a couple of jump scares of them like chasing and killing people and
Or like popping up around a corner.
yeah, you know,
Like,
like
surprise, motherfucker.
and like it's probably gonna be gory, and I that's kind of how I think of Halloween usually. But I mean the psychological and shit ones that kind of fuck you up in a different way.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I don't like to watch them as much because that's kind of more likely to happen.
Realistic.
Like yeah, like that could happen.
Oh my God,
I
a
guess
ghost.
a slasher could happen technically, but
Yes.
This is true.
but like what like
Steve
what,
could snap
like
one day.
Hereditary and shit
Why
like
does
that
that
could
have to be
literally
me?
happen. You know,
Why?
like that,
Wait a minute. What did I have to do with the situation? That boy, dang, man. You think I'm Michael?
Oh, no. You ain't built like that.
I'm Jesus. I know I'm not at all. Thank you for
yeah,
acknowledging that.
probably slashers though, because I think it's kind of it's like a guilty pleasure, you know, because most of the slashers are kind of like bad movies, but you know that going into it.
Yeah.
I feel like when you get a movie that's like a psychological, you're expecting it to be like kind of
Like The Exorcist
groundbreaking
and all
a
that.
little bit,
Yeah.
you know, like you're going in with high expectations.
Well, slashers definitely changed the precedent of horror movies, right?
Yeah.
Because of what they did and the cultural impact they've had. If you look at what slashers have meant to not only the horror movie genre, but just movies in general, right? Like you
For
talk
sure.
about Jason, you talk about Freddy, you talk about Michael. These are just some
Like,
of the most
they're
popular
icons.
names pop culture wise, right? Like they're renowned characters. And that's for the fact of, you know, again, the slasher movie has changed kind of the game and the impact it had when they first came out. Supernatural movies can definitely hit a little bit different because it is freaky deaky. Like to Cam's point, I'm not gonna lie. If you haven't seen Hereditary, correct?
No.
Bro, it's a movie that you need to go and splash some holy water and talk to Jesus for about 20 minutes after, just to make sure that y'all are on the same page.
Jeez.
It's a it's a movie that it's presented in such a manner and in such a way it's really good, but it is also freaky deaky. Same with something like Paranormal Activity, right? Paranormal Activity scared the fuck out of people because it looked very realistic, right?
Yeah.
You
You're
die.
like, shit, that could happen to me.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
I need
for
to
real,
record
though.
myself sleeping.
So supernatural movies, like, you know, I'm very careful when it comes to that kind of stuff because I just personally feel like it's just too much sometimes. There are some great supernatural movies, Obviously, The Conjuring is a supernatural movie, right? Good movie, Annabelle and all that fun stuff. But if I'm just going off GP for what the impact has done and what it's meant to just the world in general, I gotta go slashers, bro. Slashers are just classics. They're goated. It's hard. You can't. There's nothing that could take away or that's bigger than Jason or Michael or Freddy Krueger. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm taking.
So growing up, I was forced to watch slashers. So that's what my like I guess love for Halloween movies is gonna be. Mm-hmm. So that's my choice. But the supernatural ones, don't sleep on them.
No, for sure.
They definitely one of my favorite supernatural movies is the one with Marlon Wayans, his spinoff of the Paranormal Activity one, and all the.
What's the Blacks?
Yeah, that's
the Blacks.
No, maybe.
Is that
The haunted house
Oh,
thing?
Haunted
Yes,
House. I was like, wait a minute.
hilarious. Come on, bro. That's one of my favorite supernatural movies.
I thought you were about to say an action movie.
That is, bro. Tell me, is that not?
Well, a actual Halloween movie.
That is a Halloween. It falls in the line.
It does fall in the line.
I guess.
Scary movie.
Literally, scary movie too.
Yeah, when he gets rolled up as a joint, and then it's geez.
Damn, yeah, we should have put that on the list then.
I know.
Facts. That is a great Halloween movie.
Yeah, slashers is what's. I have a love for all the Michael Myers, the Jasons, the Freddy Krueger. You can't go to sleep because of that guy.
It's tough.
Scream.
Cam, what you got, man?
For me, I think slashers are a super essential staple to Halloween and what kind of made Halloween popular, because back in the day you saw fools like Ghostface in the 90s, but you saw fools like Jason, Chucky in the late 80s, Michael Myers in the late 70s, early 80s. You saw them kind of start Freddy Krueger. You saw them start the trend of these iconic monster mascots, the masked up thing from a slasher. Most people in slashers,
The first four
wear masks.
people you just named are just literally the Mount Rushmore of slasher villains.
Exactly. They're Mount Rushmore of arguably Halloween in general. Just from what they do. Texas Chainsaw Leatherface as well. So it's
he was early 80s, I want to say, was the first Texas Chainsaw movie.
So you have.
They even did a 2000 one.
Bro, they've done a lot of Chainsaw
The most
movies.
recent one is Comedy Central, bro.
Dude,
that shit had me crying.
It's on
We
Netflix.
said
or something.
Comedy
Yeah, Netflix.
You're about to get canceled.
Bro,
Bro,
yeah.
I was watching that, bro. I literally
Yes.
was laughing for a good.
That's a dumb day. That's a dumb
I had to
day.
pause the movie
Stupid
for
day.
15 minutes. That
That's
shit
a
had me laughing so
stupid day.
hard. It was so stupid. But anyway, slashers are just super iconic to the franchise. But I think as I've gotten older, slashers, like CJ was saying earlier, you kind of do know what you're gonna get.
yeah, absolutely.
So I think especially because I've really grown to really love A24 movies.
A24,
And
yeah.
they are just fantastic.
They know how to do it.
Yeah.
Fantastic production where just mega giant. And I think the way they shoot their movies, the cinematography, movies like The Witch, where they're you're gonna have crazy deaths and stuff,
choice.
but you're gonna have
Great
Hereditary,
choice.
and then you have
Midsommar.
Jordan Peele joining and with Us and Nope and
Oh yes, and
Get Out. Just seeing the creativity of these movies and people are gonna die in them, but they're not. They're just they might psychologically mind fuck you or just weird. I just think those freak me out more, and I just have an appreciation of those. I'm damn, that shit is just weird, bro.
It definitely transcended in its own way, and that's the cool thing you got to appreciate, right? Because horror obviously now is not pure slasher. You got to think when's the last slasher movie to come out that really did something revolutionary, like a Jason or a Michael or a Freddy or a Leatherface, right?
There's a Thanksgiving one coming out this year.
I just saw that commercial today. Funny enough,
I really like Saw too because of that.
Would you consider Saw a slasher though?
No, but it's just
Some people
it's
do.
a different type of movie.
Yes.
It's a movie with moral choices, and it's damn, these are fucked up people, and he's making them choose.
It's a different question.
Yeah, that's a different question.
Because I was about to
that's a
say,
whole other topic.
because I'm not gonna lie, as I've been rewatching and re-looking at Saw movies, there's some stuff in there he was just being an asshole for him or something.
For sure,
Because he's
Yeah.
you accidentally did this, and now you must decide whether or not you would like
Your
to use your
parking
left
tickets were too high.
decide if you want your left leg or your life. And you're wait a minute.
Yeah, Shaq needs to make a free throw for y'all to get
The
out.
slot pulled up on that man. Oh my god, this shit is crazy. But yeah,
He had a man chained. He had a woman chained in Saw 3 by her rib cage. Made her dump her hand into a vat of acid, unlocked the rib cage device, and found out it was rigged for her to lose, and had it tore apart, bro. And she was a cop. She was a good cop too. Her name was Detective Allison Carey. For those of y'all who do watch Shaw, bro, but literally had her hoisted up in the air, and they called it the angel trap, bro. I'm like, why are people out here getting got
And
like
then, like
that?
the reverse bear trap. Yeah,
Crazy.
that shit was crazy.
Bro, there was one in Saw 4. I want to say, was it 3? No, it was 3 too. It was 3.
It's a creative movie.
They had the rake. Homeboy was the black dude was posted up in the thing, and it was turning his body unnatural degrees, forcing it. Bro, by the end of it, his head and body and feet and hands were in positions that they didn't need to be. That Saw in general is just a
sick
it's
movie. Yeah,
it's pretty sick.
bro. Just built differently.
Yeah, the people who thought of that were.
Different.
Okay, so that let that lead on to the next question Cam had: horror or suspenseful movies? Cam, what's a suspenseful movie, bro? You talk about like Prisoners with Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal. You talking Disturbia? You talking?
I would say
like what
Shutter Island?
Yes.
like
Shutter
movies,
Island.
movies like that, like where like no one really dies, but like
It's like-
you're just like, damn, that shit was just like
Disturbing.
just you were
Like Human
anxious.
Centipede?
You were anxious the whole time watching that shit.
Nah,
You were just
people died in that movie.
Yeah, you
People
right.
died in that movie for sure.
that movie is
That's something.
that movie.
All
Is,
of them.
Oh, why was that the first?
That's a
movie
different type of horror right
that
there.
movie is just sick, bro.
Why is that the first movie your mind went to?
Don't worry about that.
Like for example, like Brothers is like a
That's a good
suspenseful
choice.
movie.
Brothers, great
like,
choice.
Like you're
Great
like,
choice.
damn, this is like
boy's rich.
fucked up, and like it just makes you uneasy.
Yeah.
Like movies like that, or I'm trying to think. I'm like looking at a list.
Because I'm about to say horror movies in itself is you could have suspenseful horror movies.
Like A Quiet Place or like Bird Box, like movies like that, like
okay.
where you're just like,
Because people get got in those movies though.
yeah, but it's
Yeah,
different.
I haven't
though. Like,
seen
you
A
can, you
Quiet
can
Place,
die,
but it
like,
looks good.
You can
You've
die.
never seen the original Quiet Place?
No, it looks good.
Are
though.
you serious?
Yes.
Like you can die, but you're not. It's not predicated on just deaths.
Yeah.
Like or what's the one movie where they come out of the fog and he kills him in the car?
You talk about The Mist?
Yeah, like
Mist.
that movie, like shit like that.
So I've only seen the show. I don't know if y'all have seen that. There was a Netflix show that they did. They like stopped it after a season. I don't know why, because that first season is crazy. Like it's good, but I hear like the movie itself is like really good. That's another one that I need to watch.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah,
that
like,
one,
like, cause even like Get Out, I wouldn't in Us, like I don't consider those like they're technically horror, but like to me, like they're not just predicated on like people getting killed only. Like I feel like horror is like the movie is being made because
The Thing.
you know people are getting killed.
yeah, like a horror movie for me is like The Thing and like Aliens,
yeah, like Jaws.
Jaws. That's another good one.
Exactly. So yeah,
So a thriller. Oh, that's a good. Oh man, suspense. I mean, to be honest with you, bro, I really want to say horror because I feel like sometimes with suspense movies, there's been a lot of really good suspense movies, right? If we're talking about like thrillers and stuff as such, like obviously you have movies like I would consider Maw a thriller. Maw's
Yeah,
a little bit
it's
of a
on-
thriller.
Like no
It's
one
on the list.
died.
Get
Yeah.
Get Out is a thriller. I would consider Get Out a
Like,
little bit of a
yeah.
thriller.
I mean,
like I
she
watched
dies at
Ma.
the
It was
end.
like just suspenseful. It was weird.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like I mentioned earlier, Prisoners with Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
That's another good
Yeah.
one. Black Phone with Ethan Hawke recently came out. The Silence of the Lambs is another good thriller. Seven
Like,
with
would you consider Strangers a thriller?
that's a horror. That's a horror to me because they were all. You know what's crazy? Is I would consider the first one a thriller. I wouldn't consider their second one, Pray at Night, a thriller.
Yeah, but the first one.
The first one was very thriller.
The first one is iconic. Though.
Yeah, because that shit was that was
is a good
definitely
movie.
a different type of. Wow, that's a great question because that first one was very thriller and suspenseful, but it wasn't. That second one was not at all. It was not at all. Okay, but to your point, I don't know. I'll take horror. I'll take horror over suspense.
I think so too.
I just
Me
think
too.
the amount that horror has, obviously in general, just makes it so obviously great. It's hard to take a couple of, even though you have a lot of good suspenseful movies and a lot of great ones, a lot of ones that may be staples. Horror itself just incapacitates so much that it's hard to be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How could I not go at this?
Yeah, right. So I'll take horror within that. Cam, CJ, Zay, we've reached it. We've reached the pinnacle of this episode. We reached what I think is going to be the most interesting development.
Are we doing an honorable mention? Or
Yeah, we get honorable mention in there. We get honorable mention in there for sure.
we'll do that at the end.
But we've reached the one and the only slasher draft, right? Obviously, we've been talking about them this whole episode. Slasher villains, far and few between, are, for all intents and purposes, iconic to Halloween, right? They have built the obviously the category, the genre up, and they mean a lot. And we obviously have our own opinions on how we felt about our own horror movies. So you know how these drafts work, Cam. You'll kick it off for us, right?
Yeah, I'll kick it off for us. We normally go in clockwise order. Snake draft, so we go this way, and then CJ will double pick.
I like that.
So start it off. I'll go first. Got to get him off the board. Got to get Michael. Got Michael Myers. That's my pick
Freaking
one.
Michael Jordan straight away. Michael Myers.
Yeah. Michael Jackson.
For number 2, I'm doing Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Have to stick to the homage.
Leatherface.
Okay.
Leatherface.
Okay. The number 3 pack. Wow.
Wow.
That's crazy. The number 3 pick, I'm actually going to be a little bit different with this one. A little bit more fairly recent movie within the 2000s. I'm going to take Jeepers from Jeepers Creepers.
That's a
Good
wow.
one.
Okay.
That's a
Very
good one.
versatile pick.
Very good
Yeah.
pick.
Obviously,
Jeepers. Another Texas one.
you know what I'm saying? You're not putting my boy down.
Wow, that movie scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, for real. The second one when
That shit was weird. That
when
shit
the
was
school
crazy.
bus on the high schoolers,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
like they're running from him in the field, and he's just
Bro.
Yeah.
Wow. That was
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah. Shout out the boy, because that movie had me stuck,
That's a good
man.
one. All right, with my first pick, I will take Freddy.
Good pick.
I feel like he has to.
Had to get him.
And then I think I'm gonna just back to back Jason.
Yeah. You even longer watching Friday the 13th. earlier.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
two iconics.
Okay.
right off the board.
Go ahead, Steve.
So this is tough. This is actually going to be more of a personal one, just because of how efficient he was in the movie. The movie itself wasn't as good, but as a kid, this movie was everything to me.
Sweeping the,
You know what I'm
mopping
saying,
them up.
bro? No, literally, this movie was actually really good, and I enjoyed it. And I didn't see the follow up to it, but again, first one really good. I enjoyed it a lot. It's called Lay to Rest, and the main slasher of that movie, his name was called Chrome Skull. And really, like I said, this is you gotta go in. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go in your bag of tricks. It's a classic. It's a staple. It's one of my personal favorites. I think it's a little bit more underrated than a lot of typical horror movie joints. Yeah. But he was tough, man. They just couldn't put my man's down. He wore a chrome skull. That's why they called him Chrome Skull. Went around with the double just that boy was akimbo knifed up.
Damn.
Just going nuts. So I'm gonna take my boy Chrome Skull for my second pick.
This one's, I guess, a personal one as well, as you could say. I hope y'all consider it a slasher, but I am gonna do the Xenomorph from Aliens.
Fire.
Ooh, okay. Oh yeah,
That's a good pick.
Yeah, that's a great
absolutely.
pick. That's a great pick.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm also gonna join you on the sci-fi realm, and I'm gonna do Terminator, the original. And I just looked it up. It says it qualifies as a horror movie. And think
The
about
original
it.
one
like
does.
the original one, like came down, like killing humans. Like,
Yes.
yeah,
Facts.
Robot
Yeah.
from the future,
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, literally.
yeah, just like a killing. Talk about efficient.
Yeah, that's what
Talk
happens
about
when the
efficient.
AI
And
takes
then,
over.
well, the new term, and that's also one of my favorite, like just movie
Movies,
series.
yeah, facts.
I'll be back.
Even like Terminator 2 specifically, like that one's a fire movie when Arnold's like good. Yeah, but Terminator, and then For my last pick, I am going to go with Art the Clown because I watched Terrifier for the first time.
Bro.
I watched
Great pick.
and like
Great pick.
That movie was just tripping.
Great
me
pick.
out,
That's the one
bro.
you could just call, right, or something
Well,
like that.
and, like when he saw that girl, bro, I was like, all right, he's different. He's
Oh,
on some
yeah,
different
yeah,
shit,
Hey, bro, when he started eating Shorty's face,
bro. And
I
then he
was-
put that wig on. All right, different, bro, different. Yeah, so definitely.
hey, bro,
That.
brother was on a different plane. We're gonna come back, Cam, because we're gonna do an honorable mention pick to finish up.
Okay.
But your top 3 is nuts as is. Hey, what are you gonna? How are you gonna work out, bro?
My number 3, I'm doing Jennifer's Body.
Wow.
She was mopping them up in there. Let's just
That's
say
a fact.
that.
Nah, you're right.
Wow.
Like that whole band got mopped up because they sacrificed her to the devil.
Wow.
And like, come on, bro, it's Megan Fox.
Valid.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie. This one is hard. There's one that's been popping up in my head, and as I continue to listen and look at look up the characters for a good reminder, I'm not really seeing anything that really sticks out as much as this, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. For my third pick, I'm probably gonna have to go. Shout out to the guy. I'm gonna have to go Candyman.
Bro,
I'm gonna have to go
little
Candyman.
side tidbit. My mom said that's like one of the only horror movies really scare her because she was like, you didn't see like a black man killing people. She said that hit different. I was like, no, for sure.
Culturally, Candyman was nuts, bro. I mean, it took place.
Yeah,
it
it's
was
all
one.
these white guys that are killing people.
Yeah, literally.
Literally, they're all masked white guys.
All masked white guys, except for Freddy. He's a ghost.
A
demon?
I
Nah,
guess.
he was white though.
He was
got
an
burned.
He was
entity.
white. He was white.
Yeah, he got burned.
But
And
which
he
was
got turned into a pizza.
which was crazy because if you look at where, damn, we did, didn't he? I just thought about that. That
Unfortunately,
boy was a pizza. That boy was some wow. Candyman took place in a real housing projects that got tore down in Chicago. The Greasy Green projects were a real set of projects in Chicago. And so if you go back and you look at the historical relevancy of when they shot that movie and how they shot that movie, it lines up. It wasn't like I don't know if Haddonfield, Illinois is a real town where Michael Myers is from. Camp Crystal Lake, obviously, I don't know if that's real. Maybe it is. Ooh.
that'd be lit.
But no, it wouldn't. What? No. But Caprici Green was a real project in Chicago, and they really made it a horror villain and a supernatural slasher at that out of this place. And so, I'm gonna nerd out here a little bit. If you watch a Dead Meat kill count on it, they go into kind of a little bit of background breaking on how they shot it there and how they were interacting with the locals and everything. And it's interesting to see. But I mean, obviously, the Candyman is a Candyman, bro. That boy gets active. He was supernatural, but that boy was also a slasher. So, I mean,
That's a real slasher right there. When I think slasher,
you know what I mean?
for real, like he's up there with like Michael and them.
Oh,
for
he's a
sure.
staple, bro.
Yeah.
He's a staple. So, CJ, who you got for the third, brother?
My third is gonna be Ghostface.
Wow, you
I
just
knew-
got
I knew it.
big threes
I-
up there,
yeah,
bro.
I mean,
got
you
to,
like
yeah.
the Miami Heat up there,
Yeah,
G.
his would be a good
Yeah.
fight.
We'd lose.
Yeah, I got you in your dreams,
I got an alien.
and then I got you someone that's gonna like, bro. So I
I
fuck
think
with
aliens don't dream.
I fuck with Ghostface because it's all the other like slashers are like usually one person or like usually one person. Scream is different every single movie.
That's
true. Yeah.
It's like
Yes.
an entity.
It's like a cult, like who's gonna do it next type deal.
Yeah, it's like you don't know. It could be me. It's
like a
you.
social
Like,
trend.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's everybody.
Yeah.
It's like and it's like a modern take on the slasher. I think that's why I fuck with it so heavy.
Their most recent one was okay.
I
Five?
still haven't seen the new
Yeah,
one.
the one we saw in the
Scream
movies.
6 in New
Oh,
York.
6, yeah.
Yeah, in
I
New
liked
York.
it.
It was okay.
It was decent. Yeah.
They did good. I just enjoyed the fact that it paid like homage to all the canon stuff.
Yes.
It
Yes.
made
That-
everything canon.
Yeah, that was pretty
So-
cool. And then honorable mention, Pinhead.
I like that honorable mention.
Pinhead.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I really don't know who my honorable mention is yet. This is kind of like the hardest part because you want to try to include everybody that you can from who you liked as a slasher, or just your pick in general, right? Honorable mention. You want to get your last pick in, but there's just so many people. I'm realistically gonna have to go with. This has honestly been the hardest decision I think I've made tonight. Keep it a buck with you. Straight up, I'm probably just gonna have to go with Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
Okay, that's a great
That is
pick.
a good pick.
Yeah,
That's a great pick.
because it was either between him or Ben Willis from I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Okay.
And I remember watching I Know What You Did Last Summer, and it kind of just seemed like one of those teen slashers, kind of like a Scream.
Yeah.
Like people just dying, and you're trying to find out who done it, essentially.
Yeah.
But Silence of the Lambs was a movie. You had Hannibal Lecter helping them find Buffalo Bill, and Buffalo Bill was just out there doing unspoken things to these women. But he was, I'm saying, like, he was literally the other serial killer in the movie. So I think just his impact, obviously, and how tough he was. He was good, bro. I think same actor that played him played Bill, funny enough, in Kill Bill. So, but great movie, Silence of the Lambs.
For my honorable mention, I really want to do someone, but I don't. I'm not gonna do him just because he's on the board. I'm gonna be different. But I'm gonna do the slasher. I can't think of his name, from the House of Wax.
Okay.
Like, cause he would kill you and then he would just turn you into a wax piece.
True.
And only because like he threw that pole at that girl that was hiding through the car, and like it was a javelin and it went right through her head, like. But whatever his name was, and it was him and his brother, so it was like a little duo. But that one was really good.
Facts.
Alrighty, for me, it's no other than Charles Lee Ray, or AKA Chucky. Just iconic.
See, that was all I was gonna do.
He got it.
That's a good pick.
He's efficient. Always comes back, and he's just hilarious. Like funny.
You can't get rid of him,
Chucky's
bro.
so funny. To me.
Yeah, he is.
Like he's a
when
fool.
introduced his son and all that. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that's when he got goofy.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah. Beyond goofy. That movie was insane. When we killed Britney Spears and
Yes.
Chucky.
He ran. He
hit her car.
Hit her car, and she drove off the.
Yeah.
Who else did he kill at the table? Who was
It
that?
was
Redman.
Redman.
Yes.
Redman.
Yeah.
Redman, bro.
Goofy.
Vincent Sinclair was his name from House of Wax.
There we
He
go.
was a conjoined twin. He wore the mask to
Yep.
cover his face. That's crazy you
Because
say
the
that.
other guy had the good face.
Yes, that's
Yep.
crazy you say that, bro, because that was one of those movies like that. Also, like, it's funny. It's like the low-key horror movies that really freaked me out. And House of Wax, I remember seeing that, and I was like, oh, yeah, bro, no, that could definitely happen in
Paris Hilton
Texas.
in that?
Yes, Paris
Is that the
Hilton.
blonde that gets killed?
Yes, Paris Hilton, and then homeboy that was on Supernatural. Jared Padalecki.
Oh, yeah. I just remember Paris Hilton topping off that dude in the car
Sick.
as they're driving.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we got to go get gas. Let's check on homeboy. He's kind of swerving. And then he's just there back like this. And they're like, where's old girl? And then she like, oh, hey.
All right, well, that'll do it for another Roundtable episode. It was really good Halloween edition. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. You can find us everywhere on Opinionated Media, Park Car Talks. We got a lot of cool stuff cooking up, so if you guys like this episode, be sure to leave a comment. Some of you are following along, comment your segments with everything. We'd love to hear your feedback. Get that algorithm going, engage with the convo, and we'll see you guys for the next edition of the Roundtable from the Opinionated Media Boys.
See ya, bye. Don't forget to be Happy birthday, Alex. You ready?